Today, we're ranking the most cringe-worthy moments from the vice presidential debate using our exceptionally scientific scale of political gaffe levels. From tiny blunders to epic train wrecks, I think we can all agree it was giving disaster. First up is Waltz's climate change stumble. Starting the night with a whimper, Tim Waltz found himself in hot water when the discussion turned to climate change. Climate change is a hot-button issue and should have been an easy win for Waltz, especially given his experience as a governor. However, instead of seizing the moment with a bold, detailed answer, Waltz delivered a vague response that didn't resonate with viewers or experts. Jeffrey Sachs summed it up perfectly, stating, "This wasn't just a moment to make an impression, it was a chance to offer real solutions." While it wasn't a catastrophic failure, it certainly felt like a missed opportunity for Waltz to assert his credibility on a crucial issue. We'll chalk it up to nerves and rank this political gaffe a 3 out of 10. Next up, we have personal jabs gone wrong. J.D. Vance made the classic debate mistake of going for a personal jab that didn't land. Aiming to criticize Waltz's leadership style, Vance's quip came across as mean-spirited rather than clever, leaving the audience cringing. It's a fine line between delivering a sharp critique and resorting to petty insults, and in this instance, Vance missed the mark. Donna Brazil weighed in, noting this exchange crossed into schoolyard territory. Instead of bolstering his case, Vance's comment detracted from the larger policy discussion. A minor gaffe that nonetheless stuck with viewers. It was a rookie mistake, so we have to give this one a 4 out of 10. Rising up the charts is the Great Interruption Showdown. As the debate wore on, the interruptions between the two candidates became more frequent, turning the evening into a free-for-all of over-talking and cutting each other off. Both Vance and Waltz contributed to this mess, with neither showing much respect for the other's speaking time. At one point, they went nearly a full minute talking over one another, while the moderators scrambled to regain control. David Axelrod, reflecting on the chaos, said, "When candidates are more interested in outshouting each other than communicating their policies, they lose the audience." This was not just an uncomfortable moment, it highlighted a lack of discipline that made the debate nearly unwatchable. Given the impact, this is a 6 out of 10. Our fourth entry on the list is Waltz's healthcare pause. It's every politician's nightmare, the dreaded onstage pause. Tim Waltz encountered just that when asked about healthcare reform. After being asked to detail his healthcare plans, Waltz stumbled into an awkward silence, clearly struggling to collect his thoughts. It was a moment that Anderson Cooper quickly seized on, noting, in an era where voters expect polished sound bites, Waltz's stumble reinforced concerns about his ability to deliver under pressure. It wasn't just a minor misstep. This pause was excruciating and gave the impression that Waltz was unprepared for one of the central issues in American politics. Since this was shocking, given his strength in this area, we have to rank this one a 7 out of 10. Next up is Vance's foreign policy fumble. When the topic shifted to foreign policy, J.D. Vance took center stage with what would become the most infamous gaffe of the night. Asked about the US relationship with NATO and its strategy for dealing with Russia and China, Vance gave a long, rambling response that left everyone scratching their heads. Foreign policy expert Elliot Cohen was quick to comment, calling Vance's answer troubling and adding, "It raises red flags about his readiness for office." This wasn't just an embarrassing moment, it was a serious misstep on an issue that could have long-term consequences for his campaign. This felt like failing an open book test, so it gets an 8 out of 10. Entering the top 3 is the Springfield immigration clash. In a baffling exchange, Tim Waltz brought up an already debunked story invented by Vance about Haitian immigrants in Springfield, Ohio, alleging that they had been eating pets. This created story, which Vance had previously gone on record to say as such, was irrelevant to the larger immigration debate, so it backfired spectacularly. Moderator Margaret Brennan had to step in to clarify the facts, only amplifying the confusion Waltz had created. Political analysts were quick to note that this line of attack did nothing to further Waltz's credibility. Instead of focusing on a critical issue like immigration, the debate descended into chaos, leaving the audience wondering how it had gotten so off track. We don't believe in ties here, so we had to rank this one an 8.5 out of 10. Coming in second place is the mic-cutting chaos. As the debate spiraled out of control, the moderators were forced to take the drastic step of cutting the candidates' microphones. Both Vance and Walz were talking over each other yet again, leaving the moderators no choice but to intervene. This kind of mic cutting is rare in political debates and serves as a last resort to restore order. Chris Chaliza captured the essence of the moment when he said, "The mic cutting symbolized everything wrong with the debate. Too much noise, not enough substance." It was a dramatic and symbolic low point that demonstrated how far off the rails the evening had gone. We give this political gaffe a 9 out of 10. Topping our list, we have the worst debate quotes ever. The evening took an increasingly chaotic turn, due in part by some of the most cringe-worthy quotes from the candidates. One standout was when J.D. Vance exclaimed, "Margaret, the rules were that you guys weren't going to fact-check," during a particularly untruthful moment, which set the tone for an increasingly ridiculous exchange. Another jaw-dropping line came when Waltz stated, "I've become friends with school shooters," leaving both the audience and commentators stunned. As the debate progressed, what was meant to be a serious discussion quickly turned into a spectacle of personal attacks and off-topic arguments. The moderators struggled to regain control as the candidates failed to stay on message, turning the event into an unwatchable clash. George Will captured the essence of the night when he quipped, "This wasn't a debate, it was a disaster." By the end, any semblance of focus or purpose had vanished, leaving voters frustrated and confused about the state of the political discourse. With such a dismal display, it's impossible not to give this debate a perfect score for sheer chaos, a solid 10 out of 10. And there you have it, our worst debate moments ranked according to their political gaffe levels. Which one left you cringing the most? Let us know if we missed any in the comments and subscribe for more.